on, people? So I'm sitting here in the garden spot. If you was watching the previous video, I was saying how I'm going to take this current garden, level it, and get ready for spring. And I'm going to section off an area that's approximately 30 feet by 60 feet, if the space allows me right here. This seems like a fairly level section. It's either here or directly in front of the house. I'd rather it be on the side of the house, and so will my wife, so on the side of the house it is. But let me just take you around real quick so you can see. This is the space that we're working with. So we're between some trees. We got some good shade here. This area does get some sun for a couple hours a day. I'm not sure if these larger trees are going to be cut down in the near future, but for sure some of the surrounding smaller trees that you see in the background will be cut down, especially some of those against the fence line there, and we'll be opening up some more of this area to sunlight, as well as some of the other trees downhill of this. Many of those smaller trees will be opened up as well, so the canopy that's currently here will be changing. I'm going to sit this camera down right now. I've got, let me see, I'm looking at 1, 2, I don't know, possibly 4. I don't know if I see 4 or not. Let's see here. One, two, 3 T-posts. These aren't the T-posts that I need anyway, so they're going to be changed out. But doesn't matter. I've got paint, which I've got to go back in the house and get. And I've got my 100-foot measuring tape. So I'm going to sit this camera down and get started measuring off the site. So let's start by seeing how wide it's going to be. 30 feet. I really don't want my fence coming all the way against the tree. I'm going to start somewhere in the corner here. Doesn't look like I'm going to have 30 feet. 30 feet would be too wide. This tree is in the way. This tree is in the way. I mean, I could build around the trees, but I don't know if I want to do that. I could extend out this way. Just go around those trees right there, or that tree right there at least. Get another 10 feet maybe. Let's see what my length looks like. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I can get 20 feet. And let's see how much length we can get. Yeah. So I think to be on the safe side, we may have to start off with 18 feet by 50 feet, and I'll just have to deal with that. I really would have liked 30 feet by 60 feet, but If 18 by 50 is all I can get, then that's all I can get. And that's still pretty large. That will be the largest garden I've ever done. So I can't complain about that. Not only that, but we have various other sites that can be used for garden plots that are going to be used for different forest products. So 18 feet by 50 feet should be more than sufficient. And I'm going to start laying down some T-posts and marking it off and making sure that everything is square. First time doing this, so bear with me. I am still an amateur. So I'm going to put in some T-posts and I'm going to try to mark out 18 feet by 50 feet. I have 3 over here. I'll have to go find another one in the garage or maybe over there, we'll see, but let's start. So I'm going to come in 2 feet from this tree and start laying them in. Okay, so I decided to come in 3 feet because I have another tree straight down close to 50 feet where I don't want the fence to be up on the edge of the tree. That tree may come down anyway, but still. Found T-post number 4. All right, so I have a pretty good idea right now of what 18 by 50 is going to look like. And that's going to be a nice, sizable garden. You know, sometimes you get your mind set on one thing, you have a vision, and it doesn't work out, but you have to make do with what you got. And I mean, I would really have liked 30 feet, but I think I will be able to do just fine with 18 feet by 50. That's really big. Especially how I plan on designing the beds. It's not going to be these 8 by 4s. It's going to be the whole perimeter will be a bed that's at least 2 feet wide, and there'll be a small couple of 4 by 4 beds in the middle. Each bed is going to be approximately 16 inches deep. Again, depending on the ultimate design, either the wall of the grow bed will be the wall or the fence, so to speak, because I'll have T-posts inside the bed with wiring or cattle panel or lawn cloth to prevent critters from getting inside. So that'll be my fence, so to speak. But only thing after that is just making a door so that the tractor can come in and carry dirt. But if the tractor can't get in, then at least I'll have the wheelbarrow and I'll be able to get around from side to side. But let's put in that other marking so we have a better idea. Okay, that can see, this is going to take me several attempts. Disclaimer: I know nothing about carpentry, about building anything. So, needless to say, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, so my next step, I've got each post as close to 18 feet apart, as accurately as I can get it or guess it right now. I'll measure it again, but then what I'm going to do is measure across diagonally from post to post. My goal is to have the exact same measurement diagonally and make sure that I'm 18 feet this way and make sure that I'm 50 feet going that way, lengthwise. If I can accomplish that, then I know that I have a perfect rectangle from where I can start building. So let's start that. Alright, looks like I'm going to have to measure this a couple more times. So I was off by a foot, and let's measure again. Okay, so right now I've got the area marked off at approximately 18 feet by 50 feet, give or take an inch on each side. It's as close as I'm going to get it right now with the conditions that I'm working with. I'm happy with that. I'm going to pound these stakes into the ground completely so that I keep my spot. This garden is about to go away. That's going to be phase 2. So my first goal for today was to simply just mark off the 4 areas or the 4 corners, and then I'm going to come through. You know, it's a sad thing, but I'm going to come through, level this entire area, and I'm going to wood chip the entire area so that we just don't have any weeds growing up in here. We don't have anything happening in here but some giving some good organic material back to the soil so that the soil improves underneath here for future use. Who knows, I may be planting some shrubs or some other things directly into the ground here, but for now this is going to be a raised bed or a raised bed garden that's fenced in, and like I said, it's going to be approximately 18 feet by 50 feet. And you know, this was just phase 1. I marked off the territory. This is a challenge for me today because I've never done anything like this. So you know, this is an exciting time. We're going to see how this thing goes. Like I said, this is in preparation for spring of next year, and you know, this was fun. Time to get to work. I've got some more chipping up to do in the front area there. I've got a bunch of stumps to remove today. As the winter is approaching, it's starting to get dark a lot earlier, so when I get home from work it's pretty much already dark. I don't have the time to do anything except for on the weekends. If I leave work early, I could come in and probably get an hour's worth of work in. But that's not always going to be the case. So the bulk of my work is done on the weekends. So my whole Saturday is done doing what I like. This is what I consider fun. This is what I consider relaxing. Sitting out in nature, enjoying myself, building something that's going to benefit myself and my family, and provide us with a degree of independence. And that's what this whole project is about. That's what this whole property was about. And so we're a couple of months in, and we just moved in February. We haven't even finished 1 year on the property. Typically, on the first year, when you move onto a property, you don't do anything. You just observe what happens on the property with the different types of weather. I'm pretty much familiar with the winter already, I think, because we moved in the winter. We got to see the property 2 months, up to 2 months before we moved in. So I got to see what it looks like when it's full of snow, with the streams, how the streams respond. I get to see how the streams respond during storms, during light rain. I get to see how the ground is soft. Where are the water areas that tend to settle and things of that nature. So, it's just a learning phase. I'm learning a lot, and it is what it is. I'm reading books and I'm trying to do the things that I learned. So I'll share with you some of the books that I've learned that I'm reading. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Simple Way Farmstead. Peace out.